Aku! Aku, you jerk. Alright, guys, so we got another exciting episode of Samurai Jack, and wow, this was a great episode. Now, the last episode, you might remember I was a little edgy about because I was like, well, you can't really... It didn't make sense because of what they were doing with Ashi and Jack, and that's just my opinion. A lot of people were saying in the comments how it made sense, you know, they were kind of building it up. I think they weren't building up enough, apparently. I don't think it was enough build up to that type of relationship. So that's why I'm glad in this episode they kind of toned it down a bit, which was very good. Because I expected this to go to a full 100% after the last episode, but I was wrong. I was proven wrong, and I'm glad I was proven wrong because, well, let me get into it. So it starts off exactly right where the ending of the last episode was, and it felt a little awkward because they're like, okay, we gotta go get dressed and get cleaned up and all that. And, again, they're giving each other those weird looks. But then Jack finally, I think, makes this right decision of, I gotta do this on my own. I can't be letting her get hurt because people I love, when they're around me, get hurt. That kind of makes sense. I mean, out of all the people he saved and all the people he's fought for, they've ended up dying. And it's pretty sad. At the end of this video, I guess I will touch on a few plot points, I guess, that have not been fully solved yet, but other than that, I will continue with the video. So when Jack finally decides that it's time to move on and it's time to leave her behind, he just kind of takes off and he travels to go fight Aku. And when he gets there, he gets to this little junkyard of robot parts, and Ashi catches up with him, and then she starts saying why did you leave me, this and that, and Jack was explaining to her that people he loves that's closest to him die, they get hurt, and that makes sense. It makes sense. And when you have this unstoppable force versus this immovable object almost, and Aku would be that immovable object, and Jack would be that unstoppable force, and they butt heads, none of them are budging. So Aku shows up because, that singing dude comes and tells him about that he lost his sword. And then it was pretty funny because then when they both got there, Aku and the singing dude, as I like to call him, I'll just call him the singing dude, because it doesn't matter after this. Because Aku thought Jack didn't have a sword, so he showed up in the junkyard, and when he saw the sword, he just gives this quick turn with a crack in his neck and just vaporizes his ass. And I was like, I was laughing my ass off. That was hilarious. But no, I was waiting for them to finally communicate with each other, talk to each other, to almost battle each other for a long time. We did get something like that, but that was in a flashback sequence one or two episodes ago. So I'm glad that I'm seeing them finally in present time, going at it again. It's been, 50 plus years? So it's been a while since these two have met each other. So it's interesting. It really is interesting. But then things get turned around a bit. Apparently, now this is where it gets a little weird. Apparently, Ashi is the daughter of Aku. Okay? So, and he explained how it happened, and when you gotta watch it for yourself, but when he's explaining what happened and how he impregnated, one of the Aku worshiper women, it didn't make sense. He just kind of drops all his goo into this dish thing, and then it just jumps to her, this with a woman giving birth again. I just, that did not make sense in my opinion. And to be honest with you, I think we kind of already knew that this was the daughter of Aku, because it kind of hinted at that at the beginning when they had that ceremony and everything. So we kind of had this idea that maybe that's what it was. So it's confirmed now that yes, she is the daughter of Aku, but here's the twist. So apparently Aku can control her, and she turned into kind of like a mini Aku, and she got the spikes on her head and the flames and everything. Her whole skin went black. It was pretty scary, and Jack had to fight her, and he tried so hard, and it's like you see it. He doesn't want to fight her, but he's like he has to. And this is why this is a great scene, because at the end Jack surrenders. He surrenders, and Aku takes his sword. So, and that was the end of the episode. Is Jack was defeated and Aku was the winner. And it's a pretty serious fight, because, and then we got that watch out, and then like it cuts to the black and the credits and all that. But I was impressed. I was very impressed with this episode. I did not expect them to go from the last episode, where it was completely, in my opinion, a left turn, to this one where it's back on track. It's back to the main plot. It's back to what we wanted to do. What I think the last episode was kind of like a fan service thing. I really don't think it had anything to do with the main plot of the story. I mean, kind of, but not really. I mean, yes, these two have this certain bond. But I think what makes Ashi special is she was kind of this strong, independent woman who was at Jack's league. And I think that's what made it special. And I don't know, when they did the thing where they were making out and stuff, I was like, I don't know, it's a little too far. But thankfully, I can forgive it, because it was not too long. It wasn't over exaggerated like it was on Twitter, like, oh, they had sex or whatever. No, they did not. It was just a smooch, and then that was it. So I guess I will get into some of the things that I am worried about. So I've heard that, and I'm gonna say an unreliable source because this is from my brother. He looks some stuff up, but sometimes I don't believe him. He says that there's gonna be one or two more episodes left. And that sucks, because I really like doing these reviews. And if that's really how they're going to end this, I mean, they're going to wrap it up in the next 3 episodes? I don't know. It seems like it was if I pretend that, yes, this is the next couple episodes are going to be the last episodes, and I look at the series, it's like about 8, 9, 10 episodes for season 5. That's small. That's pretty small. And I get it. You guys want to just finish the story, but that's it? I mean, for example, we got some stories that are not really finished yet. Like, for example, Dimango is back. The guy with the black... that guy with the blue fire, he was alive in the episode when Ashi, went green. He was alive. Like, they never explained that anymore. He's just alive. Like, that's it. There's nothing else you need to know. He has nothing to do with the rest of the plot. Nothing. And that is annoying. Like, for example, the Scotsman. The Scotsman had, like, that one scene back in, like, the second or third episode where he got blown to smithereens. That's it. That's all he got. And then that's all you see of him. And so it's like this weird mind-boggling thing, like, okay guys, we're missing some plots here. There are some subplots that are not fully explored or not fully answered. And that's kind of weird. I feel like it's good that they're focusing on Jack's story, but I also think if you're going to do these side stories or show these side stories that could lead into other episodes, explain them a little bit further. I mean, that's the point of a filler episode, right? That's what the last episode was. In my opinion, it was a filler episode. It has nothing to do with the push of the plot. And do that with the Scotsman, do that with Dimango, do that with those characters, because we need that closure from them too. We can't just have it from Jack, we need it from them too. And maybe if the end of the series happens and if they don't and it makes sense, it makes sense. But as of right now, as I think about it, it doesn't. So far I've been impressed, but last episode I was a little disappointed. But this episode was again a step up from the last one. So I'm impressed. I hope it doesn't end in the next 2 to 3 episodes, because I really like doing these reviews for you guys. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that it's gonna end in the next couple, I don't know, episodes, or do you think they're gonna go for another 10 to 20? I mean, here's what I would do. I would do at least go to 12 or to 15. Don't go to 10 or 11, because if you go to 10 or 11 and you stop, I feel like, and you don't like explain some of the subplots, like the Scotsman being a ghost and the Dimango guy being alive, or he should have been dead but he's alive now, stuff like that, where it's really important to tell us the audience why they're alive, why they are still kicking, you know, what's the drive there, stuff like that. But anyway, thank you for watching. That's all I have for this video. I can't wait for the next episode, because this was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of weird because, you know, Jack got that sword back and now he lost the sword again to Aku, so it's like, what now? So we just got the damn thing back. So, like I said, thank you for watching, and I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.